Hello everyone, this is the Hey Dad episode 2 in the series, A Catholic Dad's Advice channel. And today I wanted to talk about the Devine Mercy Novena. So basically what it is, it's a devotion. It's a devotional approved by the Catholic Church. And it means an awful lot because during the 9 days starting on Good Friday, starting on those 9 days, it ends on the Saturday before Divine Mercy Sunday, which is the Sunday after Easter. So the good thing is that we were given this devotion by Sister Faustina. And when she was alive, she received these visions, and she had these, she passed on a tremendous amount of information about the real and more detailed sufferings that Jesus went through. She was also told to do the devotion for the Divine Mercy. And for 9 days, we do a different devotion each day, and then we do the Chaplet of Divine Mercy on the Rosary. The good thing is that it's not very long to do it. The book that you can use for the novena, or if you go on the Divine Mercy website, which is based out of Stockbridge, Massachusetts. We actually visited out there. It's very nice. But they have the devotion each one of the 9 days. So today we are to bring all sinners to God and offer, them up. We want them to be forgiven. We want them to go closer to God. All sinners, not just the ones we pick and choose, but all of them. So, and then after we say this small paragraph, then we do the Chaplet of Divine Mercy. There's a lot of YouTube videos on it that can help you guide along the way and do it. In other words, after you read the novena prayer, you can switch over to the YouTube video, and which is a tremendous help. I actually do the Chaplet of Divine Mercy every day during the year, but the time I actually do the novena part of it, the intentions with the Divine Mercy Chaplet is, of course, starting today, which is Good Friday. We made a trip out to Stockbridge, Massachusetts, and I was very surprised how overwhelmed I was and how close I felt to God, and how much more understanding this chapel brought to me. It's a lot. There's a lot of ground. They do confessions. They do a mass. There's just a tremendous amount of Catholicism. They have a great bookstore. They went to great troubles as well to provide books that were consistent with the faith. I know that the Stockbridge is one of those areas that it seems like it's off the map, but it's kind of on the border near New York by the Albany area, Albany-ish, Rensselaer area, and just kind of over the line in Massachusetts. Some people know that area because you have the Norman Rockwell Museum near that area. You have the what else is there? It just slipped my mind. It's the concert hall out there. They do a lot of concerts out there. And you know what? It totally slipped my mind. I wanted to tell you about the Divine Mercy Chaplet because two really important things that have been offered to us as humans is God's grace and which we can get through many different ways. Everybody, including people doing things that are wrong, have grace that tries to pull them back in. When you are baptized a Catholic, you also will receive sanctifying grace through the sacraments. So grace is a very wonderful thing. It brings us much closer to God. It brings us much closer to an understanding in our faith, hope, and love, or charity, as you might want to say it. With the second part of another humongous gift is mercy. I remember in the Bible that these 10 guys had leprosy. Jesus healed them, and as they were walking away, they realized they were healed. One of them came back and said to him, he wasn't even one of the Jewish believers. He came back and said, thank you, basically thank you. And he says, wait a minute, there was 10 of you got healed. How come only you came back? And he basically said, your faith is healed you, go on your way. So he probably forgave him of all of his sins. The mercy God has shown us over the years. We have basically survived ourselves. And what I mean by that is we had nothing to really do with surviving through all the things we've created, these disasters we've created for ourselves. But what we did have to do with it, how we are part of it, is the fact that we asked for help through prayer. And if Jesus was as selfish as we can be, some of us can be, to be stubborn to the very end, we may have not gotten forgiveness. We may have not gotten, the salvation that brings us back up into heaven with him. So having this novena, especially on the time when right now Jesus has already passed away, and he's on the cross. He passed away. They already rammed a lance into his side, which pierced his heart, which is the fifth major wound, and he has now probably been taken down from the cross to many grieving people. Even when he was up there, and I'm telling you, during Lent, I chose not to eat or drink on Wednesdays and Fridays all day long. So Tuesday night, like 6-7 o'clock, I'd have my last, anything, food or drink, and then that would be Thursday morning, somewhere around 8 o'clock in the morning, I would have my next time. I'm not telling you this because I want a pat on the back, but I want to tell you that I was working outside and I was cutting down smaller trees that needed to be cleared because of their safety hazard, and I was dragging those smaller trees, being hungry, being thirsty, and I kept seeing how hard it was. And it's all I kept saying to myself, Jesus, I voluntarily chose. I know I could break my fast at any time, but I promised that I would do this, and I did. I said, it's one thing to be able to sit around the house when you're not eating or drinking, but I have no idea how you endured all the massive torture, the shameful things that they did to your body, and scorned you and just beat you and tortured you. And then after, your body had to be totally weak and exhausted, you carried a cross. They yanked you apart and then put nails in you. Then they lift you up on this cross, and all of a sudden you're still showing mercy. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. You will be with me in paradise, he tells the guy that was next to him. Are you kidding me? It's so easy to be miserable when you're suffering. it's so easy to sit there and realize that, you know what, if I'm doing this, everybody around me is going to know it, because I'm going to treat them horribly. I'm going to be mean to them so that they can feel the pain that I'm going through. And I suffered silently because my sufferings weren't even 1/billionth of the torment that Jesus went through. And I'm telling you, I was completely wiped out. I actually had to take a nap after I came in, kind of like what a little child does to regain some energy again. Right now, I'm on my way to 7 p.m. Mass. This is a continuation from Holy Thursday. Holy Thursday does not have the ending of the Mass, the ritual of dismissal, where they dismiss everybody and, go in peace, glorifying the Lord by your life, or some other type of dismissal. This is the continuation of yesterday's Mass, the way they consider it. Triduum, which is the Triduum, because Lent ended on Wednesday, and the Triduum. Now, I've heard it called Triduum as well. I like that name, but everyone probably looks at me like I'm crazy. There's no IUM, it's just UUM. The Triduum or Triduum started Holy Thursday, and it's going into Good Friday, Holy Saturday, and eventually Easter Sunday will come around. But this is a time of close examination, and I've been trying to do that very well this year compared to what my distractions were in the years past. I've tried to very much focus on how bad it was. And sometimes I think about how scared those apostles must have been to abandon their friend in the time of need. And Judas Iscariot, the Iscariot, son of Simon the Iscariot, given all these opportunities to change. St. Peter messed up pretty bad. He abandoned Jesus, and on more than one occasion he's known for shooting his mouth off and saying the wrong thing at the wrong time while Jesus was here. And Jesus, kind of talked to him about it. But Peter didn't give up. Peter asked for forgiveness from his sins. As bad, as possibly bad as Judas Iscariot, his sins could have been, the Lord's mercy was more powerful. And he was tempted so much by money and then eventually suicide before he could repent. That's why it was spoken about him. It would be better that he was not even born. They did replace him as an apostle, which represents the 12 tribes of Israel. So they did have the 12 apostles to continue on. And I wanted to let you know that God's mercy is bigger than all of us. And that's why it's so wonderful. We do get the grace, all these wonderful graces, but at the same time, we also get the mercy. I'm pulling in the church, so I will talk to everyone sometime soon. Bye.